Good morning. What is house hacking? House hacking is when you purchase a multi unit property. So, like a duplex or a triplex or a fourplex, or even a single family home with a rentable living space like a grandmother's unit, an ADU. Live in one portion and rent out the rest. The goal? Well, reduce or eliminate your monthly housing costs while building equity and generating passive income. And this strategy isn't limited to experienced investors, but first time buyers can qualify. Not to mention self employed professionals, and even doctors and nurses are now using house hacking to break into the real estate market. So, do you want some creative financing options for house hackers? Well, yeah, let's talk about that. To make house hacking possible, you'll want to leverage creative mortgage solutions, which could be designed to minimize your down payment and maximize your flexibility. And here are a few that stand out to me. First being FHA loans. You can buy a multi unit property, two through four, with only 3.5% down. FHA loans are one of the most common tools for first time house hackers. And you can buy up to a 4 unit property with just 3.5% down, as long as you live in one of the units as your home. VA loans is another option. So, veterans as well as active duty military can buy a multi unit property with no down payment using a VA loan. This will allow you to build wealth while also serving your country, a truly unique advantage. Bank statement loans. So, this would really apply to self employed buyers. And if you are self employed, you don't need to rely solely on your tax returns. So, a bank statement loan uses your income deposits to qualify as your income proof. So, it's ideal for entrepreneurs and or gig workers who want to invest smartly. So, there's also DSCR or hybrid loans. Now, for investors planning to transition into a full rental properties, a debt service coverage ratio loan or DSCR loan can help move you out. Once you've moved out of the property, you could rent it out and then refinance using that product. So some programs even allow for a refi to rent structure down the road. There's also seller financing and lease options. So creative sellers may offer owner financing for a shorter period of time, which will let you bypass banks altogether. Now, you could also use an option or lease option in a lease agreement to buy the house later at an agreed price, which can give you time to save the money and to be able to earn the cash flow. So here's an example: turning a duplex into a cash flow machine. Let's say you buy a $450,000 duplex with an FHA loan. With a 3.5% down payment, that's only $15,750, and you can live in one unit and rent the other unit out for $1,600 a month. So in that scenario, your payment would be $2,400 a month, but with rent from the other unit, you're basically living for one third of your actual rent payment, or $800 a month, while your tenants are helping you build equity. So over 5 years, you built wealth, created cash flow, and learned property management, all with very minimal upfront capital required. So, why house hacking works in 2025? Well, high rents equal strong cash flow. Rental demand is still rising, especially in Texas metros like Houston, Katy, and Fulshire. Low entry cost. Creative financing allows entry with lower down payments. And we talked about a few of those options. But here's a big one too: you get tax advantages. You can deduct mortgage interest, depreciation, as well as property repair expenses. And it's a scalable wealth strategy. So you start with one home, refinance that later, and grow your portfolio over time. So, how Medallion Funds helps you get started? Well, in Medallion Funds, we specialize in flexible financing solutions. Whether you're a first time investor, a self employed borrower, or just a creative borrower who thinks outside the box. Whether you're exploring FHA, DSCR, or bank statement loans, our team can structure a plan that turns your living space into a long term investment strategy. So, if you're ready to explore your house hacking options, please reach on out today. Bill Rapp, 281-222-0433, or you can visit my website, Bill Rapp Online, and schedule a consultation. And here are my final thoughts. House hacking isn't just a trend, it's a practical pathway to financial independence. With the right creative financing strategy, you can buy smarter, live cheaper, and start building generational wealth from your very first property. That's it for the day. Have a good one.